Share it. There we go. All right. Say Health Nutrition Program Kickoff Seminar. Welcome, everybody. Yay! Exciting. After the COVID, let's get our health back, right? So we're going to talk about the importance of the nutrition. As you can see, we've been preaching that the nutrition is the base of the pyramid. If it's not right, nothing will change. We need to make the nutrition right first, so we're feeling better in the metabolic conditioning, which is CrossFit, what we do. The gymnastics movements will come easier, weightlifting will come better, and then it's, I don't think everybody is doing a sport specific in here, but the nutrition is the fundamental of the everything. The objectives that we're going to talk about today is understand how to set yourself up for success during the nutrition challenge, which is like either, meal prepping or picking up a couple recipes from the meal plan and cooking them for the week and just getting yourself for success. We're going to have weekly habits that you're going to track. Hitting those is going to be setting yourself for success. Understand what you need to start with first. Understand how to utilize the tools you have to support you on your journey. So this is not going to be an individualized program. This is going to be a little bit more habit-based approach, because what us gets to successful in long term is the changing our eating habits. Okay. So you can still, if counting your food, you can still count your food. But we're going to just work on the habits and then just nail those habits weekly. And then just assess yourself that what does success looks like to you. Just keep asking that question to yourself. From 1 month from today, what is success looks like to you? It can be, I want to feel better. I want to feel healthier. I want to sleep better. I want to lose 1% of body fat, and then you take that question and ask what the success looks like 6 months from now, right? It is continue proceeding these habits that I've built. Okay, so keep asking those questions too, because that's going to be your motivation to keep going. Okay. There's some notes in here that I want to read it. A lot of change. We talked about it when the COVID-19 happened. The schools were out, the kids were at home, the kitchen was like 2 feet away from us. A lot changed. We weren't able to come to the gym. Some of us made good choices during that time, because we kind of knew what, if we didn't make good choices, it would kind of come back and bite us, But some of us was the stress of it. It kind of got worse. Just focus on what you can control instead of what you cannot control. What we can control our exercise, and we can control our nutrition. If anything happens, the most thing that we can control is still our nutrition. Okay. So just focus on the positive outcome of it instead of a cannot. Focus on the can portion of it. Okay. Goal settings. When we meet our assigned coaches, which is Laura, Jessica, and me, we went through the goal settings. Just renew your action steps. I'm going to give you a little example. For instance, in this 4 weeks, what are your goals? Ayşe, I want to lose 1% of body fat. Great. Ayşe, I want to lose 4 pounds. Ayşe, I want to get lean. Okay, they're great goals. They're achievable. They're realistic. It's not extraordinary goals, right? We want to set SMART goals, which is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time manageable, right? What are the action steps to get your goals? Okay, I suck at planning. Okay, then let's plan. What is it? I don't eat breakfast. Okay, let's pick one recipe from the meal plan and prep for 4 days. worth of breakfast for you. So when you leave the house, you can just grab the breakfast, like for instance, overnight oatmeal, just grab it and take it with you, okay? So these all are the things that you kind of need to find those action steps for yourself. I work 12 hours, okay? What can we do during that 12 hours that you can still kind of manage eating? Protein bar, protein drink. I can't have a lunch because I work straight 12 hours, okay? If you can't have a lunch, maybe you have a bigger breakfast, one snack, and as soon as you get off work, maybe we can eat dinner. Like, just kind of get your action steps together. It doesn't have to be crazy, okay? Let's look at the notes. Only focus one thing at a time. Nail that one thing, then add something else to plate, okay? Right? I can eat breakfast. Let's focus on the breakfast. Let's prep it. And then once you nail that one, we will move on to other things. You don't want to add a bunch of things on your plate and then get frustrated with it, right? It won't work in longer time. Layer your new habit onto something that you already do. Instead of taking away things, try adding something first. Instead of, like, for example, adding veggies for your lunch and dinner instead of taking away stuff out of your plate, okay? These all are little examples that you can implement for your program, okay? The basics. Nutrition is so simple. It is so simple. We make it complicated, but it's actually super simple. It's fundamental. It shouldn't be complicated. We shouldn't be frustrated with what we eat. Real food over food products. So choose real food, like a whole foods, instead of processed food or processed meats or things like that. Just choose lean meats or frozen veggies or canned veggies that are actually real foods, okay? Closet clean out. So if it's in your mind, it's going to be in your stomach. You know, it's like back of your head, you know that you have a bunch of cookies in your pantry because your wife or your husband or your spouse or your partner likes to have his treat. My husband loves it. So it's going to be it's going to be in your mind. So maybe just talk to them and tell them the importance of this 4 weeks for you that you're trying to build a habit. And then you guys maybe go into the pantry and clean up the pantry together. But I would just start with the pantry, okay? Progress over perfection. We can't be perfect all the time, and then the progress can be measured by many things. How are you feeling today? After a week worth of nutrition program that you've been following, how is your workouts feeling? How is your sleep feeling? How is your clothes are fitting? The scale, the number in the scale, it means nothing. It's just a number. You know, I don't want you guys to stuck on the number on the scale. Just measure your progress with other things. Maybe take progress pictures, because inches falls off quicker than pounds, okay? We can lose body fat quicker than pounds. The scale might be the same, but you may be losing body fat, okay? So don't stuck on the number on the scale. Look at food labels. I always think that, you know, if you can't pronounce the label, what's on behind the label, we shouldn't be eating it. It should be less ingredients. And also don't fall into keto, like sometimes they say on the labels, keto cookies or keto bread, or just read your labels in the back, okay? Follow the plate method, which that's going to be the next slide. It is simple. It's visually, you can't do wrong because it's there. And then just follow the plate method. It's going to make your life so much easier, okay? Let's go to the plate method. So the plate method is, this this plate, there's two examples in here, right? The one of them has complex carbs, and then the other one doesn't have complex carbs. So if you're trying to lean more than what you, like if you're trying to lean more, one of the dinner plates, you're going to eliminate the carbohydrates. Okay, so as you can see on the lunch plate, the half of the plate is full vegetables, okay? And then a quarter of the plate is your complex carbs. Okay, complex carbs are like your butternut squash, all kinds of squashes, sweet potato, quinoa, brown rice, white rice, whole wheat pasta. Those all are your complex carbs, okay? And then the quarter of the plate is your protein, which is your lean protein. It can be fish, salmon, tilapia, any kind of white fish, any kind of seafood, chicken, turkey, lean meats, steak, 93 to 93.7 fat, ground beef, ground turkey, ground chicken, shrimp. Those all are your lean protein, okay? So if you're trying to lean out, you can have the carb with the lunch plate, but then when you come into the dinner plate, you eliminate the complex carb and you turn it into whole vegetables, okay? I hope you guys like vegetables. Or just you'll be eating broccoli the next 4 weeks if you don't like any other vegetable. But there's many options. There's cauliflower, tomatoes, celery, asparagus, peppers, broccoli. You can think of anything that's in the produce aisle. Okay, so if you're trying to lean more in the dinner time, we want to eliminate the carb portion. If you're trying to gain, you want to keep the carb. Okay, so lunch and dinner, and the breakfast too, but this is mostly for lunch and dinner. The breakfast, just do what you can, because I can't expect you to eat like a bunch of veggies first thing in the morning, right? Just do the best you can. Make sure you have a protein, like a boiled egg or some scrambled egg with egg whites, or scrambled eggs with peppers and onions. Just to do the best you can. Or oatmeal, like that has carb, protein, and fat ratio together, okay? You will see it in the meal plan too. So if you're trying to lean out, you're taking the carb out in the dinner portion. If you're trying to gain, keep the carbohydrates, okay? You can come over here if you want, Taylor. Can you see it? Okay, awesome. Okay, okay. So does anybody have questions about the plate method? We're good? Okay. Let's go to the next slides. We have 3 micronutrients: protein, carbs, and fats, and all of them are completely important for your sleep, for your recovery, for your body to just function, right? We're going to talk about the protein first. Why protein? Protein provides body structure, components of enzymes, regulates body function and immune system health, and aids in hormone regulation. 30% of your calories comes from the protein. And American diet that we follow, we lack protein tremendously. So make sure at least you're eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, there's some sort of protein which in your plate. Protein is the bond with the carb and the fat, okay? And then recovers your the muscle, and it's just important. Keeps you full and keeps you full. I couldn't think of the other name. Yeah, satisfied. Choose lean source of protein. Limit moderate to high fat. Like the high fat protein will be like peanut butter. It's a good fat, but it's also very high fat. And everybody says, I had peanut butter for protein. I'm like, no, you did not have protein. You had fat and carbohydrates. So if you're eating peanut butter, you need to have a hard-boiled egg or a whey protein to just put that together so you're eating actually in whole macros, okay? Like bacon, it has protein, but it is a lot higher in fat. So if you're having a 2 slices of bacon, make sure you have some egg whites with it. You don't want to really have a whole egg because the yolk has extra fat in it, so you're adding extra fat on it. So if you have a bacon, couple of slices, maybe have an egg white with it. That gives you more lean protein, okay? Trim the fat if needed before cooking. Utilize grill, bake, or air fry. Have you guys ever used air fry? Best thing ever? Yeah, I'm gonna get it too. I usually use the oven, but I think air fry is the everyday. Okay, we're getting air fry. Air fryer. But go away from the fried food and like the fast food, which is also fried food. So just shy away from the fried food. So you want to do bake, saute, and air fryer or oven. Okay. And then this is the food options for the protein. As you can see, the greens is good to go. You can have it each meal, no problem. The yellow one, you can still have it. But you want to be mindful about it. You know, chicken thigh, I like it. It's high in fat, but it's still good. Like I don't need you to like completely limit any of them. You can still have all of them, okay? But just lean towards a little bit more green side of it. The orange one, it is more higher in fat. You can still have it, but be mindful of it, okay? I don't like limiting anything. I think it gets to nowhere because we can't live our lives like that, limiting everything, right? But just be mindful of it, especially like bacon and processed meats, which is like deli meats, you know, still have it. So for instance, like lunch, I need to have a sandwich, absolutely, you know, just be mindful about it, okay? Any questions about protein? Good to go? Okay, we're moving on to carbs. Understanding the basics, carbs. Believe it or not, carbs are the main fuel for your body. That's how your brain functions, okay? So don't buy into low carb or keto or any kind of fat diet. Carbs are essential for your body and essential for your hormones, especially for women. It's completely essential. Keeps protein from being used as an energy. This means that when you go low carb and keep low carb, especially, you deplete the old carb source, the fuel in your body, and your body uses the protein, your muscle, eats through the muscle to use as an energy. Okay, so we don't want that. We want proper amount of carbohydrates in your body, especially if you're a CrossFitter or weightlifter. We want to not tap onto our muscles for energy. We want to have carbs continuously in our body. Breakdown of the fat, it helps the breakdown of the fat, okay? Because if you're not eating enough carb, your body thinks that, oh, I'm not getting food, she's not fueling me, so I'm gonna hold on to fat because the fat is the other energy, right? So I'm gonna hold on to fat and I'm just not gonna release my body fat, okay? 30 to 40% of your daily calorie intake comes from the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is, we're talking about the good carbs in here. You know, we're talking about sweet potatoes and brown rice and whole wheat, whole grain breads, and I think they shut it. Apples and like the fruits and vegetables. We're talking about the good carbs. Donuts, we're not talking about the donuts. They have carbs and they also fats in it too, right? So we're talking about the good carbs. Shop the perimeter of the store for minimally processed items. I think we all heard about this when we go to the grocery. We want to kind of be outside of the aisle, because the more in the aisle, there will be like cereals and all that kind of processed foods and processed carbs. It's just like gets your mind going. Shop when you're not really too hungry. Go to the grocery shopping when you feel full, so you're not like putting extra in your cart. Load up your plate with non-starchy vegetables, which is your greens and your vegetables. Okay. The food option guide for the carbs. So there are two types of carbs. Don't get yourself too confused. It's okay. They're all goes in the same family. Starchy carbs are your fruits and your grains. Okay, so all these green coated low glycemic ones, just go for it. It is amazing. Who doesn't like, I don't know, strawberries, unless you're allergic. The yellow ones is you want to keep it in the moderate. They have moderate glycemic. Do you guys know what does glycemic mean? Yeah, sugar, yeah. So the low glycemic mean is when you consume, it doesn't spike your blood sugar. It kind of goes into your system slowly and regulates your blood sugar. Like, for instance, eating a cantaloupe versus eating a donut. The donut is going to spike you and then going to crash you, right? Cantaloupe is awesome. Or honeydew. Let's say watermelon. Okay, it's a little bit more sugary. But when you eat a watermelon, because of the fiber content in it, it's going to release the sugar in your system and slowly. So you're not going to feel crash after an hour eating donut and you like after eating a watermelon. When you eat the donut, you want to have another one because you kind of like crave that sugar. Okay. The orange one in here, I don't want you to too caught up with it. The banana or mango, which is my two favorite things, are in this list. Just be mindful of it. You want to stay away from table sugar, like a barbecue sauces, ketchup. Like you want to. You want to stay away from like a straight up sugar. Okay. So so don't worry about in the orange one too much. Just be mindful of it, okay? Seasoning, yeah, she's right, seasoning. The reason is that we crave these because we train our palate to eat that way, you know? It's gonna take a couple of weeks to clear out that palate, okay? Yeah. Yeah, simplify. Yeah. So like this instance, you know, you're having a grilled meat, maybe have make a mashed avocado sauce or something like that, and then use that instead of barbecue sauce or ranch dressing or things like that. So you want to find healthier options of it. Or salsa, yeah, salsa, yeah. The non-starchy carbs are all your vegetables like pick and choose whichever you like. And if you don't like, I don't know, let's say you don't like mushrooms, don't try to add mushrooms. If you don't like it, you don't like it, and it's all good. You want to keep it simple. The basics of fat. The 30 to 40% of your daily calorie intake comes from the fat. Is used as a source of energy too, as well. And aids in observation of fat-soluble vitamins. So the fat is causing vitamins to dissolve in your body, okay? So that's very important. Choose healthy plant-based sources of fat, such as like an avocado, nut butter, coconut, olive oil, and things like that. Consume fat in moderation because it is high in calorie, right? So I usually say each meal 2 thumbs of fat, you know, maybe quarter of avocado or a tablespoon of olive oil or coconut oil and things like that each meal, okay? Limit fried and processed foods. That's the most important thing that I want you guys to focus on. If you're eating nuts, you're going to eat raw nuts. Like Trader Joe's has says raw, unsalted. Anything that comes with roasted is going to be roasted with extra fat, and it's going to have extra fat in it. So just choose raw nuts. Again, avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil, they can be your staples. Any kind of seeds, such as like chia seeds, sesame seeds, and then things like that, that you can eat it, okay? So we're gonna talk about the app first. Everybody's connected with their apps. Good, okay. We took your biometrics. I only took the body fat and the weight. If you need to measure yourself, you can measure yourself as well, and I will email you the directions of how you're measuring yourself. I think you measured some of yours, right? Like the measure. Yeah, I didn't measure. I wasn't sure. Didn't want to get close. But I will send you guys to the directions how you can measure yourself, chest, hips, and waist. That's the only thing that we can measure. Each week, you're going to have habits. Actually, let me pull up that real quick, and I can show you. I edit everyone's habits. And there. Let me pull it up. Let's go to Amen. Okay. So I edit every single person has their habits that they need to work on, that we're going to work on each week, okay? The first week, we're going to work on eating 1/5 of non-starch vegetables, lunch and dinner, okay? And then when you look at your phone, you will be seeing these habits in here. Eat vegetables. So when you look at your phone on the HSN app, you will be seeing those habits in there, okay? And then we're going to check those habits each week. You see, eat vegetables at least 2 meals a day, complete on your phone, okay? You will need to complete these habits and engage with the group. Did you get my message in the group message too? Yes. We will need to, in order for you to get into the raffle every week to win the prize, you will need to participate, okay? So I said everybody's habits, and you guys make sure starting Monday, we check those habits every day, okay? There will be videos in there too. The same page on your phone. It's the educational videos. Just watch them on your own time. That is not mandatory, but it's helpful, okay? Recipe, the pictures. We're going to put pictures on it too. So we're gonna stay connected through that group message daily or every other day, okay? To be able to win the gift cards, the first week is gonna be Copper Cohen. you're going to have to do all of those habits stuff to be able to win. We talked about this one. Every Saturday, I'm going to video educational mini seminars. I'm going to video it and I'm going to email it if you cannot join it. I understand we're all busy. I'm going to present it in here, video it. If you're here, awesome. If you're not here, I'm going to video it, okay? And I'm going to pick up the name from the hat or whatever for the dinners. The first week is going to be meal prep basics. So I'll send the schedule out to you guys. Second week, family nutrition. Third week, healthy swaps. Fourth week, building balanced meals. Okay? Any questions so far? No, that one, like July 19th, I'm doing like a mini seminars. Like, no, July 19th is, no, sorry, the time is needs to change. Next week, starting next week, the first week of the challenge. Thank you, my God, thank you. I'm gonna video mini seminars. I'm gonna send it to you guys. It's going to be like a little educational, things like that, so to help you along the way, okay? Any questions? So, we're not tracking macros. We're going to go habits, and then you're going to follow them. Like, I'm going to send the meal plan to everybody, and everybody's meal plan is dropped into their HSN app. So when you look to your HSN app, you have your meal plan in there under programs. You will see your meal plan. Okay, we're gonna pick one recipe this week, and we're gonna work on whatever that you want. You're gonna work on one recipe. On the meal plan, when you go to your phone, like when you click on the blue, it takes you to the recipe site. Okay, and I'm gonna email this meal plan to you guys as well, so don't worry about it. Okay, you see it? Okay. So we're gonna follow plate method, and we're gonna choose meals from the meal plan. Don't stuck on the meal plan too much. You don't have to complete the full. It's great. It's too much work. We're gonna keep it minimum. Okay. Exactly. Do I need to follow the meal plan exactly? No, you don't. Just pick one recipe or two recipes that's going to help you throughout the week. We talked about the carbs. Do I have to eat the starchy carbs? The carbs are not bad for you. Don't be afraid eating your carbs. Good carbs, okay? Just like we talked about it, okay? Just be mindful about it. Just follow the plate method. Can I eat a sandwich? Absolutely, you can eat a sandwich. Choose like a whole grain bread or gluten-free bread or wraps and things like that, you know. When we go to Subway or any other sandwich place, they have many options you can choose from, okay? Just be mindful of the mayonnaise or, I don't know, ranch dressing or things like that. Just try to imagine the plate method in your sandwich, okay? Are there any snacks bars that I can have? Absolutely. My favorite is the RX bar. I like RX bar. But in your meal plan, you also have a couple snack options every day. You can choose from there too, okay? Do I have to weigh my food? Absolutely not, unless you want to track your food in MyFitnessPal, you can, but we're gonna follow the plate method. You don't have to weigh your food, okay? Can I have alcohol? I would recommend not having alcohol at least 2 weeks, okay? 2 weeks. There's lots of alcohol. 2 weeks, just try if you can, okay? 2 weeks. If not, I want you to choose like hard liquor. Like we're going hard liquor on ice. You don't want to have sugary beverages. Wine, and also 1 glass of wine is 3 servings of wine. Measure it maybe. Now then you measure your wine, okay? Have like 4 ounces of wine, okay? Yeah, light beer, you know, clear alcohol. you know, just be mindful. I promise you, you're going to feel so much better. Okay. That's the one thing I really want you guys to focus on, because I promise you, you're going to feel so much better. And then just, you know, find the substitutes, you know, with the alcohol. Now, I'm not saying you cannot have it. It's not that. You can have it, but just be mindful. Do I have to eat it all like your food? No, you don't. If you're full, leave it. We don't have to, oh, I made a big plate, I'm following a meal plate, but then 70% I'm full. You don't have to eat it. It's okay. Next meal, maybe prepare a little less. Okay? This week, we're going to pick one recipe. I'm going to send your challenge handbook, email it. Easy, whatever that we talked about, that's going to be there, so if you need to review it. HSN app, and we're going to complete our habits starting Monday. Do we have any questions? David, Paige, any questions? No? Okay, I need to, well.
No, I'm good.
No, good, okay. All right, awesome. So I recorded this. I'm going to send it to you. If you guys want, if you miss something, you can watch it. But I will recap everything through email, and then we'll start Monday. Sounds good?
Awesome.
All right. Thank you for joining, Paige, David. Have a good day.